At this point in your research process, you've learned about the importance of a university library, visited the library, and either independently or with the assistance of a staff member, begun to identify the topic that you'll be exploring in your research project. Your next step in this process will be to begin to engage with scholarly secondary sources, which will allow you to gather essential knowledge about the topic, learn about how other scholars have approached the topic, and ultimately start to consider how your work will be positioned in the field of study. As you go through this process, the expectation is that your topic will continue to narrow, which is exactly what you want to do. Additionally, as you narrow your topic, it will change over time. This is completely natural and in many ways is a clear sign that you're moving in the right direction. So, what is a scholarly secondary source? Scholarly secondary sources are textbooks, monographs, edited volumes, and academic journals that have been written by experts in the field and, through a peer review process, assessed by other experts who agree that the quality of the work is sound. When conducting your secondary research, you'll want to start broad and then narrow your scope from there. This can be done by beginning with the textbook-style works and then progressing to more specialized monographs. Monographs are non-fictional books. They are specialized academic works written by experts about a specific topic. From there, you can begin to further narrow your approach by consulting edited volumes and then specialized academic journal articles. To clarify, an academic journal article is generally somewhere between 10 to 50 pages in length and is a focused study on a particular aspect of a larger topic. Far too frequently, students will begin their research with academic journals because they are often the easiest to access in a digital format. Unfortunately, if you immediately narrow the scope of your research, you will fail to fully understand the larger topic, and it will be impossible to effectively position your work as either supporting or challenging other arguments in the larger field of study. Now that we understand what a secondary source is and how we should go about approaching our preliminary secondary research, let's learn how to locate these materials at the Leddy Library. Start your research by visiting the Leddy Library homepage. From there, you can either type a few keywords associated with your research into the single search box of the Omni catalog, or you can click on the hyperlink labeled Resources by Subject, which is located just below the search bar. Let's begin by using the Omni search bar option. After you've entered a few keywords associated with your research, click the magnifying glass next to the search bar. This will open a new window and provide you with a list of search results, which are primarily secondary sources. The resource type option is listed on the left side of the screen and can be narrowed. Other filters also exist here and can be accessed in the advanced search option. These sources may be available at Leddy Library and will provide information regarding the location of the source, such as the floor and call number. They may also be available via hyperlink, and/or they may not be available at Leddy Library, but you can request them from another Omni library that owns the item, and it will be sent to the Leddy Library circulation desk within 2 weeks for you to pick it up. If you're looking for a specific source that is not available at Leddy, online, or from another Omni library, return to the library's homepage. Then click on Use the Library at the top of the screen, and a drop-down menu will appear. From there, click on Order from Other Libraries, then Submit a Request, and complete the form provided. This is referred to as an interlibrary loan, and similar to the request option from another Omni library, if the interlibrary loan staff is available to locate the source in Canada or the United States, they will request that it be sent from that library to the Leddy Library circulation desk. Alternatively, if you are only looking for a specific chapter or article, you can request that the source be scanned and sent to you via email. Finally, another way in which to conduct secondary research is to draw from the over 6,000 electronic databases of journal articles and other sources that the Leddy Library gives you access to. To access an online database, begin your search at the Leddy Library's main webpage. From there, click on Search Our Collection and then scroll down to Databases. At this point, you can browse the full list of databases, search by title, subject, type, and/or provider. Students are often familiar with databases such as JSTOR, but there is a plethora of other peer-reviewed journal databases that students should consider investigating. Of course, the staff at the information desk, as well as reference librarians, can assist you with this research. For those who grew up in the digital age, the natural inclination may be to create a list of secondary sources that one is able to locate via these searches, to acquire these items in their various forms, and then move forward from there. Although this is certainly a good start, this approach will still limit your search and in turn adversely affect your research projects. To rectify this issue, note the call numbers of a few of the physical books that exist in the stacks and locate those books at the library. Once you have located one of these books, look at the books that surround it in the stacks. The librarian has curated the stacks in such a way that similar books in the field of study will most likely relate to the specific book you were initially looking for. These physical sources can be viewed at the library, or you can borrow them and take them home by visiting the information desk with your student card. Additionally, be sure to consult the works cited or bibliographical sections of these works, so that you can learn about even more sources that may be available to your research project. This is often referred to as mining the sources or chasing the footnotes. This is an essential aspect of conducting secondary research because it will enable you to more fully immerse yourself in the field of study.